Okay guys, what's up? So, I'm going to be doing a vlog of building a computer for my new setup, which you guys will see when it is finished. I don't want to show much of it now, but I will tell you that you are on my desk. Yes, my floor is carpeted, but I am on a plastic pad and I have grounded myself, so I don't want anyone in the comments complaining. Get that hairbrush out of here. So I'm grounded, I'm on a glass table, and my feet, I'm wearing rubber shoes with my feet on a plastic pad, so I'm not touching the carpet, so there isn't really much of a big static electricity thing here. I want to start this video off with a shout out. I was in Best Buy today and had noticed that there are quite a few people there who know me, and I figure it's because about 6 months ago or so, maybe not even that long, I was in Best Buy talking to one of the guys and I told him about my YouTube channel, and he's like, oh yeah, that's cool, and so I guess the word had spread, so I had some people confront me and say, hey, don't you have a YouTube channel? I'm like, yeah, I do. There was some awkwardness between it because I was like kind of doing my thing and they were doing their thing, but nevertheless it was appreciated to be noticed, and I just want to give you guys a shout out. Best Buy, nice, it's a great store. So yeah, let's get on with this build. Now I do not have my CPU yet, but I have got my RAM, so I'm going to be installing my RAM. Let me get this open. I was actually really scared a minute ago looking for this box of RAM because I thought I might have accidentally thrown it away with all of the packaging in that unboxing video I did. Click right here to see that. Alright, look at this. This RAM is so sexy looking, look at that. Viper. These are DDR3 sticks, 8 gigabytes apiece at 1600 megahertz. Nothing spectacular, but they will definitely serve me well. Okay, so we're going to install these now. I can't see the thing, this camera in my face. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to find your RAM slots here. You're going to open those. Some people will say put them in the black spot. Oh, damn. Some people will say put them in the black spots. Other people will say put them in the gray spots. Yeah, actually I'm going to put them in the gray spots. I have done both ways and have noticed absolutely no difference, so I guess it doesn't matter. There we go. I'm going to put the first stick in. Now, you want to put one in kind of, sort of, at an angle like that. You don't want to just, like, put it straight in there. So you want to kind of put it in at a small angle, because then it'll click in there better. And you're going to have to use some pressure, too. See? Clicks in there, and clicked in there. That's one stick in. Don't be afraid to put on pressure. You're going to need to put on some pressure. Like, don't hammer it in there, but don't be afraid to use a little pressure. That's in, and that's in. And if you hear kind of like a crunching sound, I know that will sound very bad, but that's normal. I'm gonna keep grounding myself to my power supply. So yeah, RAM is in. I'll show you guys my case here. Actually, I want to go on a little bit about this motherboard. This is a Gigabyte motherboard, and it is a micro ATX, but it is still a good board. Or micro ATX doesn't make a difference. The only difference between micro ATX and ATX is ATX is a little longer down this way, so then you get more PCI Express slots and maybe a couple of extra SATA Express slots. So you can put in more graphics cards or hard drives or sound cards or whatever it is. So you can only put in one on a micro ATX board, but I'm putting it in a micro ATX case, so that's why I got a smaller board. Now, this is a PGA socket, which means that the CPU has the pins on it, and then it goes down into the socket, and then you just pull down this retention arm, and it holds it in there. I prefer LGA because LGA like kind of holds down the processor and gives it a nice little hug and holds it onto the board, whereas PGA just kind of grabs the pins and holds them. It's like, if somebody was falling off a cliff, would you rather be holding them by their arms, or would you rather have your arms wrapped around them? you'd have a better grip if your arms were wrapped around them. So that's why I'm not a fan of PGA, but I got an awesome processor for this motherboard, and I have noticed that my throat's really dry, is what I've noticed. The VRMs on this motherboard have actually got pretty decent sized heatsinks, so this would actually be a pretty good board for overclocking. I'm not a fan of overclocking because it lowers CPU stability, although your CPU does run faster, but the CPU I got does run pretty fast already. It's an 8-core processor clocked at 4.4 gigahertz. Keep in mind that is an AMD processor, so that isn't as impressive as a quad-core Intel, clocked at 3.5, but still a good processor. And I do not need to overclock it, so if you can, try to get a processor that you do not have to overclock, and that will serve you well. So yeah, this is going to be a budget build. I'm planning on getting a GTX 1070. I was going to get a 980 Ti because they've gone down in price, but for around the same price of a 980 Ti, I can get a 1070, which can actually compare to a Titan X, and also a 1070 will last longer than a 980 Ti because Pascal architecture on that card is much newer than the Maxwell architecture in the 980 Ti, and also it's better performance for the similar price, more VRAM. So yeah, it's a no-brainer. So yeah, I'm planning on getting a 1070. I don't know how that'll work out. I'm kind of pouring every dime I have into this build right now, so yeah. So that's the motherboard. Not much to tell. I am going to show you guys my case now. My PC case.